Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Thursday. So excited to be here with you. Hey, Kaylee, how's it going?
It is going. It's going good. How are you, Sarah?
I am so good. I'm really, really excited about this topic. But first, I need to ask, okay? Today was a big moment for you. Your baby is in daycare. Like, your baby
Right?
that you just had. Like, how is that? Like, and for those of you listening, Kaylee lives on her own terms, so she doesn't have to put her kids in daycare, but she chooses to so she can have a little bit of sanity.
Well, you know what? I was actually thinking about it last night because I was getting everything ready so we didn't have to this morning because we knew it would be busy getting them breakfast and everything. And I was thinking, like, some people might get confused by my message because my biggest thing when I transitioned my mindset from working a government job like I was told to do growing up, my biggest mission was that I would never miss out on a first and I wouldn't have somebody raise my kids. But then I was thinking about it, and people were probably like, Kayla, you put your kids in daycare. What do you mean? There somebody else is. But I was thinking, like, I don't have to. I choose to. And at any moment, if they're in daycare, it's not where I'm at work and I can't leave my job to go get them. It's that I'm doing something for the day. And if I want to go pick them up at 2, if I want to pick them up at 9 and they've been there for an hour to go and do something for the day, I can. And
Right?
that's right there. That's freedom.
Yeah. And like I'm not a mom, and but I've seen moms and I've seen that sometimes you guys need a break, right? And so if you want to put your kids, plus the kids need to interact with other people, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how
They
you
love
learn your social skills. Yeah, so
it.
I absolutely love it. I love what you said there, when you work the government job. So this topic today about being addicted to a life you don't even like is really near and dear, I think, to both of us because we have been programmed like since the moment we were conceived, right? Since the moment that stick turned pink, our entire life has been programmed out to us. And like every moment of our life is infinitely created, whether it be by our parents, the people who raise us, or universe, right? It is created for us. And we have been given this templated life, right? So at 4 years old, we go to school, right? We go to school. Like it's like a law now, right? They put you in school. And then you learn a curriculum that's one, out of date. And two, it's the same thing. You learn the same thing over and over again. So we're templated to believe that we have to follow this script of life that we most likely don't enjoy. I don't know about you. I didn't enjoy school, so I just left when I was 16 years old. Yeah, big disappointment to my family, and I spent 15 years discovering who I was. Right. I learned lessons. That's what I did. I got fired from multiple jobs. I've had 27 jobs in my life, and I know what I don't want. I know what I don't like. And a lot of people will call me the black sheep, and that's fine. I like being the black sheep of the family because I'm learning as I go. I'm learning as I move forward in life that life is not meant to be scripted. And we get addicted to that suffering. We get addicted to, well, my job doesn't make me enough money. The government is, fucking me and all of these things. And we get addicted to it, right? But you have the choice. The power is yours to change it.
Absolutely. And like thinking about my upbringing, I never want to complain because I had an amazing upbringing, but like that's how I was programmed. I was programmed to go to school, get a good education, get a government job, and that's literally what I did until I got into the mindset work and I entertained the idea of doing something different. Because when you're so in the routine of living the templated life of what you're supposed to do, you're not thinking about doing something different because you're just doing it, right? And we talk about this all the time. We don't think about what we're thinking about. And when you're so in a routine of a life that you don't think you're addicted to, but you are, because just like anything that you're addicted to, you don't think about it, you just do it, right?
Yeah.
You don't think I should or I shouldn't do it, you just do it. So when you're in life that's literally been programmed for you but by somebody else, unless you entertain the idea of doing something different, which some people do. Some people literally have dreams every day or fantasize. But the disconnect with that is that it just stays a thought. And you just think that it would be nice to do that. Right. So until you entertain the idea and move into action towards it, you'll always stay in that life that you're addicted to. And that'll be your entire life.
So let's look at it this way, right? We get up, the addiction is actually a program, right? So we have
Yeah.
programmed ourselves. Like we are robotic, right? We wake up on the same side of the bed every single day. We take the same routine to the bathroom every single day. We do the same routine. We wash our face the same way. We brush our teeth the same way. We most likely have been using the same brand of toothpaste for the last 35 years. You have the same conversations with your kids to eat breakfast, eat your vegetables, get your backpack, get your shit together, get in the car. You have the same conversation of your spouse who can't find their keys or their hat or whatever it is that they're missing. You drink your coffee the same way from the same hand, maybe even the same mug every single morning. And you drive that same route or you walk that same path to your computer to get to a job that you have mastered now because you do the same routine every single day at work. You do the same tasks every single day, trading your time for money. Then you take the same route home. You stop at the grocery store and you buy the same ingredients of the foods that you like to eat, right? That's why we have different ethnicities, is because we all like to eat based on how we were raised, right? It didn't even come from our parents, it came from our ancestors on the food that we eat. So most likely you only eat it because that's the only thing that you were given. And then you make dinner and you do the same thing. You have your dishes and then you sit on the couch and you scroll and then you go to bed and you do the same routine over and over again. And
But
your
you don't like
body,
it.
you don't like it, but your body has become programmed. So when you're programming that I hate my job, I wish I had more, I had more money, I wish I had more time, I wish I could sit and read a book, I wish I could take more vacations, and it's just wish, 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 wish. Your body, when you start to move in the direction of that wish and you start getting uncomfortable, your body's like, nope, stop it. I don't like this. And will send a signal to your brain to get you back into your comfortability. That's why with losing weight, if you don't have the right mindset and you're on a path to eat healthy and you start eating healthy for 3 or 4 or 5 days, all of a sudden a massive craving will come in. A massive craving because your body is like, I don't like this. This is new and it's uncomfortable for me. And so in history, down the line, the body became in charge, but it's your mind that is in charge.
Absolutely, right? And I like that you said everybody just wishes, you wish, right? And when I think of that, you're like rubbing a genie and you're like, make this come true, right? You're always thinking about it. But what we don't realize is we are the genie.
Yeah.
Like literally, it comes from us. So all of these wishes that you're having and these ideas of something different that you're having, and I have to say, Sarah, I had like a really big aha moment the past few weeks, and especially with what's happening in Canada right now. But now, globally, people are waking up. Like, I've had more conversations lately of this exact topic, and people are like, Kaylee, what are you doing? Like, I see you online and I want more. And people are now physically moving that entertained idea into action by asking. But
Yeah.
it's the thing, just that you need to ask to receive. Don't just keep it as a thought, right? Whatever you ask, you literally will receive. So all those things going on in your mind and the thoughts you're having of what you don't like, and I talk to people every day. You hear us say that all the time. That's what we do. We thrive on it. But when I'm talking to these people, some people don't know what they love. And the only thing I can tell you is if you're going through this life and what Sarah just said about your routine being the exact same as you can literally remember for maybe 5 years, you've done the same thing every day,
Mhm.
you know what you don't like.
Yeah.
You
I
know
wanna
that.
I wanna go back just what you said there. We talk to people every day, and they come to us and they say, "I want what you have." right? They say, I want that. I want that life. I want that life changing because, I was $100,000 in debt and I was broke and I was broken and I was depressed and I had no idea what I was doing. And now I've created this life of freedom with a multi-million-dollar investment portfolio and people want it, right? I had to work for it and I also had to pay for it. I had to get uncomfortable. But we live in this society of it. We're willing to pay for overpriced gas, for overpriced food, for shit on Amazon that we don't need, for, just crap that we don't need, right? But when it comes to bettering our life, we won't invest $2 a day. We will not invest $2 a day to live the lifestyle that we want. Why? Because you love you love telling Kaylee that my job sucks. I don't make enough money. I live pay to pay. I don't have enough money to pay for your services. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. That's what I hear every single day. But what are you willing to do to change it? What are you willing to do to change it? Right? You think Steve Harvey would be where he is right now if he wasn't willing to take a chance? Do you think Joe Vitale, when he was sleeping homeless on the park bench, would say, "No, I don't have a chance"? All of these gurus that you follow hired somebody to get them to where they are. That's why it costs $1 million to work with Tony Robbins for 8 hours. Right? That's why it costs money to work with some of the best people. That's why it's $350,000 to have a dinner with Warren Buffett, because you're going to walk away with billion-dollar ideas. Right? That's what it is. But you become so addicted to living the victim mentality. And I posted about this today on my Facebook page. You've become addicted to it. I'm too broke. I can't do it. Nobody's there to follow me. My spouse doesn't support me. I'm an introvert. I don't know what the steps to take. I live pay to pay. Like, if you're already broke, then why does it fucking matter to spend $2 a day? You either stay broke and you learn nothing, and you're already losing that $2 a day anyways doing what you're doing, or you take a chance and invest with people who are getting the results. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's just a scam, everybody's a scam. Well, if you're going to think that way, you're going to stay small-minded and you're going to stay stuck and you're going to stay addicted, and then you're going to get to your deathbed and you're going to be broke and you're going to be living in your kid's basement because you can't afford the basic needs and necessity, because right now 65% of all Americans only have enough funds for 1 year of retirement. 1 year. But people are living to 95 and 100 right now. You don't have a
Crazy,
money
right?
problem. You have a belief problem. You have a belief problem, because I can tell you with certainty that there is no shortage of money on this planet. Okay? There's not one shortage of money on this planet. And if you want to go even further, money is like disappearing. Money is just an exchange. Look how fast $10 million just disappeared at a click of a button. So if you're worried about money, you should be worried that all that shit you're saving onto could disappear at a click of a button.
No, you're so right, Sarah. And going back to what you said about, people saying, well, it's, I want it right now, and is it easy? No, like, you have to work towards it. But I have to tell you something, like, when I was in my government job and I went off on mat leave, and the month before I went off, I had like a huge awakening where I was like, I'm not happy here. And then when my son came into the world, and it was even more eye-opening for me to know this is literally life now, and I have to provide for this human looking at me. My eyes opened to all of the possibilities. And at that time, that's when I invested into myself, because I seen the brighter side. I seen a little bit more, not physically, but in my thoughts, just like most people do, right? They're wishing, they're thinking about more. And when I invested into a coach and I started seeing the other side, I have to tell you, that moment when I made the decision that I wasn't going back to work, that's the moment you're facing every single moment when you're choosing to go to work if you're not happy. Yeah. So the thing is, I could have said at that time in my life, okay, I'm not going to go back to work. And then I could have sat here and just thought about all the things that I wanted to do. But that's not what it takes. You have to put the action in. And that's where persistence comes into life. Because literally anything you want, like Sarah said, look at all the people that you look up to, all the influencers you look up to, all the gurus you look up to. Those people persisted through hell or high water because they knew without a shadow of a doubt that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
And you can too. I'm no different than Sarah. Sarah's no different than you. Like, we are no different. We were all brought into this world the exact same way. We are all a soul living in this vehicle to get us through life.
Yeah.
And we all have the exact same infinite potential, infinite potential. So when you're having those thoughts and you're stuck in this rut where you're not happy with life and you're wanting more, I am here to tell you there is more.
Hmm. So, I've done all the free things. I did all the free things. I did everything I could to not pay for anything because I had no fucking money. So I did all the free things. And free is all good and well, but it only gives you so much, right? You have to really, like, could you imagine if university and colleges were free? They'd be overpopulated, right? There's a reason why it costs so much money to be a doctor. There's a reason why it costs so much money to be a lawyer. There's a reason why it costs so much money to get your, PhD or your doctorate, right? Because you're going to learn a skill that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. Now, mentorship is much cheaper than college and university. So if you're saying you can't afford $1,000, you need to check yourself, okay? You need to check yourself before you wreck your future. And so my biggest aha moment was I was working 2 jobs. I mostly worked my entire life 2 jobs, 2 or 3. Sometimes I even worked 3 jobs. Sometimes I worked till 5 o'clock in the morning and I had to go to class the next morning. And when I met my husband, I was actually working 2 jobs. And my biggest aha moment was that every time I punched into work, I was just a number. Like, I wasn't even a name. I was literally a number. I was a number to punch in. I was a number on my badge. I was a number on my name tag. I was a number on when I had to call to troubleshoot my computer. I was a number. I was a number to type into my computer. I was a number to type into my email. And I'm thinking, if I fucking die right now, they will have a job description up tomorrow. They don't give a shit. I was literally just a number. Remind you of anything? I'm not going to say it, but So I was like, I'm just a number. Is this life? Is this life? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Just be a number, just punch in and punch out, and they don't give a shit. And they just need to find a replacement for me after I go. If I knew that before I came here, would I have chosen to be born? Would I have chosen to be born if I knew that I was here put on this earth to suffer for a paycheck, to suffer for the latest fad, to suffer with my mindset and my belief and my self-image? Would I choose to come here? So, most of you know I don't have children. And I'm going to tell you the backstory. It's not because I can't have children. I chose not to have children because I grew up suffering. Like, I had a great, don't get me wrong, I had a great childhood and I have a great family, but very middle class, right? I grew up poor and I didn't know it. We didn't take family vacations. We didn't do anything exciting and spontaneous, and like, our Christmas tree wasn't filled with toys up to the tip, right? Like, we were very middle class. It was 3 adults and 4 kids trying to live in this tiny house and just pay the bills. Like, it wasn't anything exciting. But I grew up watching my family suffer. I grew up watching my dad work his entire life, 40 years, and he's not a well man, like, he's physically ill, and he would go to work after an episode happened, right? And he was always working, and it was always working. Well, now guess what? He's not working, and not one person has called him. Not one person. 40 years he spent at that company. He worked his way to the top. And I watch all my other family members who are just working and working and working. And they're working 40 years and they're driving themselves, and they're not living in mansions. They're not rich. They're middle class, right? And the middle class right now, I don't know about you guys, but did you see gas prices? What are you going to work for? To pay to get to work? Are you bringing home anything extra to help move you forward to those dreams that you keep imagining? And when my husband had to work, he drove 3 hours, an hour and a half to get to work and an hour and a half to get home from work. And one time he got home from work, and like literally like an hour or 2 hours later, there was a shooting at that location that he was at. And I was like, I don't want to work. I don't want to have my husband go to these dangerous places. I don't want to live in fear. And so that's when we made the decision to move here. And it was the scariest decision. I quit my government job that had all this comfortability and seniority and benefits and made really good freaking money. Hourly, I made good money. And we moved here and we went broke. We didn't know, but we had to take the chance. We had to take the chance because I didn't want to be addicted to that life anymore, that fearful life. I did not want to live in fear anymore.
And the thing is, once you make that decision and you see the other side, don't get me wrong, like it's not life's not a straight line. We say that all the time, but once you get a taste of that other side, you can literally breathe. Like you can breathe and you can look at it and think, wow, like it excites you for the future because you now see how different life is. You almost like get your feeling of power back because now you're making choices for your life. Because when we're doing things on autopilot and we're addicted to this life that we're living that we so think we should live, we're literally giving our power up to somebody else to dictate how we're going to live our life. And that was my biggest thing I didn't want, was somebody to tell me when I can and can't go on vacation, when I can't be sick and not be at work. But those are the things that I think everybody hates.
Yeah.
But the thing is, until you get that taste, and it's not like we're saying right now, up and quit your job if you hate it,
Yeah.
but literally there is another way. And I seen something online. It was like, work the 9 to 5 to fund the 5 to 9. And then once that's successful, use your 5 to 9 to fund your 9 to 5 life. And you'll have a 24-hour success.
I think
Right?
I think it was no, I think it was Zig Ziglar, I think, that said, use your 9 to 5 to pay bills and use your 5 to 9 to pay your dreams.
Yeah. And it's simple, right? And I don't well, it is simple if you have somebody showing you the way. And
And that's
that's
the
the
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
That's like looking at my past, I can tell you right now that if I didn't have that mentor coach in my life to literally give me that kick in the ass to say, you can do this,
Yeah.
and gave me their belief before I even had my own belief, because I was struggling when I literally made that decision to leave work. Because as soon as you make that scary decision and you move an inch out of your comfort zone, which you're not even fucking comfortable in, you can then see like, this is scary, because right away your body's pulling you back. But when you make that decision and you jump out of your comfort zone and somebody else is saying, here, borrow my belief because I know it's going to work, that is what changed my entire life. Because if I didn't have that role play, or not role play, that whatever you call that, role model, yeah, role model in my life, I wouldn't have been as confident. I wouldn't have believed in myself because I was in the feeling of being secure with the full-time job and benefits,
Yeah.
right? So you need that person there to say, it's going to be okay. And if
No,
somebody,
you need no. You need somebody there that says if you don't show up and you don't get your shit together, it's not going to be okay. Because your
yeah,
friends and family are going to say, "Don't worry, this too shall pass. It'll be okay." It's not going to be fucking okay, okay? How many years have passed that you've been doing the free things and you've been doing the workshops and you've been listening to this podcast and we've been doing this podcast for almost 2 years. Has your life changed? Has your income changed? Most likely, your income has actually gone backwards because of what's happening in the world right now. You need somebody who's going to give you that kick in the ass and that's going to say, if you don't get your shit together, you're going to fucking die miserable, alone, and wishing that you said yes to opportunities. Now, I have less than 10,000 days until I'm 65 years old. I have 9,855 days, give or take, until I'm 65 years old, which is retirement age. Okay. Less than 10,000 days. If I were to continue going the way that I was going, I would never retire. I would work myself to death and then I would be reliant on the government to support me, which means that I wouldn't be living in a house. I'd be living in somewhere that's not a good neighborhood because I wouldn't be able to afford my basic needs and necessities. I'd probably be on welfare, collecting food stamps. which there's nothing wrong with that if that's the life that you want to live. But if you want more and you believe that there is more, I'm telling you right now that there is more. You just need to get off the pity bus. Get the fuck off the pity bus, get off the bus and start walking. Start walking, because we believe we live in this instant society that it's too hard. It's too hard to make money. It's too hard to have our goals. You know what's hard? Living pay to pay is hard. You know what's hard? Having more month than pay. That's hard. And I'm telling you right now that it is possible. And excuses sound best to the person who is making them up. Okay? So I have less than 10,000 days until I'm dead. You're dead. I'm dead. Kaylee's dead. Your family's dead. I only have a couple more summers left until my in laws and my parents are gone. I only have so many kisses left with my husband, right? You only have so many times to, so many Christmases, right? With your kids. You only have so many summers with your kids and March break with your kids until they become adults and they become parents and they are in the same fucking situation that you are in right now. Because it doesn't matter how much you want for your kids and how much better you want for your kids. They are going to follow in your footsteps. And an addict always follows an addict. And I can say this because I was an addict and I kept following it. You keep chasing it and they're going to learn everything from you. So if you retracted and retreated in this pandemic, if you sold your assets and you downgraded, you are literally programming them to believe that when shit hits the fan, you need to cower. You need to hide. And that's not the case. You can have everything. And we are here to help you. We are here to help you change the way you think. And if we can help change the way you think, we can't help but change your life. So for less than $2 a day, we are going to help you make that 5 figures a month, that 6 figures a month, that 7 figures a month, whatever it is that you want. But you have to take the first fucking step for $2 a day. If you're not willing to do that, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Couldn't have said it better. Honestly, I couldn't have said it better because you literally follow in the footsteps that you were brought up with.
Yep.
So if literally anything Sarah just said resonates with you, I encourage you to book a call with us. I'll drop a link below in the description and you can book a call. You can even get on Facebook and find us on Facebook and send us a message because we did it all. We've lost thousands of dollars. Last year,
Thousands.
we literally lost tens of thousands of dollars trying to learn the way so we can help people like you not make mistakes. So we could give people like you the blueprint without you going through hell to find it.
Yeah.
We literally found the way. We found a better way. And we, from the bottom of our hearts, and we wear our hearts on our sleeve, we want to help you. Truly and authentically want to help you. That is our mission. And we don't want it to break your bank because we know how important it is to get you out of the rut you're in right now. Yeah. So if you're getting that Timmy's coffee every single morning, if you're going out for lunch every single day, you're already spending on an average of $20 to $30 a day.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
So for $2 a day, less than $2 a day for a year, is it not worth taking that chance for a better life, for a life different from the life you're miserable in right now, for a life that you can wake up excited about? So you can hear your kids run in your room in the morning, giggling and laughing, and you can spend every single summer with them. You can spend every birthday, every Christmas, every anniversary with your husband, your wife. Yep. And you don't have to miss out on magical moments in life because, like Sarah said, life is fucking short. And it's never.
Here's the thing. You went to college. I went to college. I had to get a job that wasn't even in my field to pay for college, right? Because I was 28 when I went to college. Then I had to fight with thousands and thousands of people after we all graduated at the same time to get a job and then start earning money working in my said field. We are giving you the opportunity to earn as you learn. We're going to give you the exact steps to make money, and we're going to walk you hand by hand, and you're going to earn money as that happens. They don't teach that in college. I want to share one thing. So I'm reading The Power. And this part is the part that I read this morning. And it says, whatever you desire, you must want it with all of your heart. Desire is love. And unless you have a burning desire in your heart, you will not have enough power to harness the force of love. You must really desire what you want. As an athlete, desires a sport. As a dancer, desires dance. As a painter, desires to paint. You must desire what you want with all your heart, because desire is a feeling of love, and you must give love to receive what you love. Bam.
It's true.
Whatever you want.
Everything we do.
Yep. Whatever you want in life. And it is okay to want the dream and the yachts and the vacations, and to not be at home, and to take naps in the middle of the day, and to not set an alarm. If that is your dream, you can have that. But I can tell you right now, it gets fucking boring if you're not working towards something. Yes, I mean, we all want to sit on the couch all day and eat bonbons and watch Netflix, but it gets boring. And life's not meant to just get by, right? It's exciting. So if you did have the unlimited amounts of money, would you be out on the boats and the yachts and the jet skis and traveling and having horse rides and, snowshoeing and all of those things, reading a book, writing a book? Of course.
Absolutely.
This is the pill. People always want to know how I stopped being addicted, how I stopped cocaine, and how I stopped drugs, and how I stopped spending all my money at the bar. I had to look for something outside of that. I had to look for something bigger. I had to look for my dream and my desire. And my dream and desire was not to spend all of my money in the bar. And I found entrepreneurs who had the results that I had. I started by following Wayne Dyer, and I started by following Tony Robbins, and I couldn't afford their services because they're $1 million. So I found somebody who was affordable, and I hung onto every word. And now that I'm earning money, I'm able to purchase higher mentors, and I keep getting higher and higher. And that's how you grow.
Absolutely. So if any of this resonated with you today, if you literally are listening to this episode and you feel it with your whole heart, or you're thinking if somebody popped in your mind that you're like, man, I know this person needs this, please subscribe, share this out, because we want to make life enjoyable, because that's the way it is meant to be.
Yeah.
You are meant to have abundance in all areas of your life. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to be miserable. We're not here to hate our life. We're not here to cry. We're not here to do anything in the negative sense. We are here to live life the best that we can and experience this world in the physical form while we are here. So if you're interested, you want more, you're like, hell yeah, this is a good feeling just listening to this, click the link below and register for the event that we have every single Wednesday. It's going to show you that you are worth more, and just show up with us, because just the littlest thing about hanging around people that you look up to, you bring on their vibes, you feel their vibes, you feel the energy, right? Just like the people you hang out with right now, it literally shows you a reflection of what's going on inside of you and the person that you are, right? You can see that if you hang around people that don't have goals, don't have ambitions, don't drive themselves every single day, you're like-minded to that. But if you start rubbing elbows and high-fiving people that are enjoying life, that are authentically happy, that wake up with joy, that literally high five you and cheer you on and are excited to see you. Like, when's the last time you walked into work and somebody was excited to see you?
It's so funny that you're saying this, because we have a mutual friend who's like, she was homeless with 4 kids and her husband. They were living in a drug infested motel, and now she's living this incredible lifestyle. And she's so connected now, and she just connects with the genie, and her wishes come true. And I was talking with her yesterday, and I'm like, as soon as the borders open, I'm gonna come visit you, and I'm just gonna lick you. I'm just gonna lick you, so I'm gonna have the magic from you, just like people kiss the toes of the feet of the Buddha, right? I'm like, I'm just gonna come give you a lick.
But it's so true, and I feel like you guys listening can feel our energy and how exciting life can be. So we could talk about this all day. We do talk about it all day with everyone we talk about, because that's how passionate we are for changing the world. Because honestly, it needs change, and you are one step to changing the world. Because if we can help you, and you can help your neighbor or your friend, and it's literally the ripple effect. So sit with yourself, give it a hard thought, listen to this over and over and over. And if one little piece of you is entertaining the idea of something different, I think right there you'll know your answer.
Because we're gonna be dead soon. I'm gonna be 38. So for those of you trying to do the math, I'm gonna be 38, and I have less than 10,000 days left. If you're 40, you have less than 9,000 days left. So just think of it that way. And I was following this man on TikTok, and he's traveling the world right now because his friend passed away. His friend passed away very, very young, and didn't have the chance, and always said, "I can't wait to travel the world. I can't wait to travel the world." And now that he's gone, he's on the mission to do it for him, and he's taking pictures and sharing his journey along the way. And it's so, one, heartbreaking because that person will never be able to do it, but two, it's heartwarming because of that tragedy, he took his life in his own hands to make sure that he lives life to the fullest. Because you're not here to suffer. You're not here to suffer. I'm going to tell you that again.
Absolutely. So check out the description. I'm going to put a few things down there if you guys want to check it out, and have an amazing weekend. We'll see you guys back here on Monday.
Bye.